In this short video, I'm going to be showing you how to break out a portion of your Navisworks model into a smaller model, and I'm also going to show you how to break up your model into smaller portions all at one time. To do this, we're going to use ReConstruct. We're going to go to the General Configuration, and we're going to go to ReConstruct Configuration. When the dialog box comes up, I'm going to give this a name. I'm going to call this one Export Only. All I'm worried about is just exporting out a portion of the model. So instead of exporting all of the model, I'm going to export everything that's not hidden. Then I'm going to go to the Advanced tab, and I'm just going to uncheck these three boxes here. I just want to export out the data. I don't want to change the structure of the tree. We also have the ability to exclude information from the model, which will also reduce it. So for instance, if I select something on screen here, I'll select that. I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to say get the NW props. Now if I go back to the Advanced tab, I can go in here and say, well, let's just remove this information from my model. Okay, so I can take those out of there if I wanted to. I'm going to go back to the Standard tab. I'm going to go Save, and now I'm going to go Close. Now this tool is going to export whatever's not hidden. So what I'm going to do is go to Viewpoint, and I'm going to go Enable Sectioning, and I'm going to do a box. And so this is going to section up this model. So there's a portion of it, and I'm going to scale this up a little bit. So let's just scale this that way, and maybe I'll take a little bit more of the model. Let's just say that portion of the model. Now I'm going to come over here to ReConstruct. There's one I just created called Export Only. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to give this thing a name. So I'm going to say Export Model Portion 1. And I'm going to go Save. This is now going to export out just what I have shown on screen. So this will take a few moments. The larger the model, the longer it's going to take, of course. But we can automate the whole entire process to do it at night for you or first thing in the morning, whatever you want. Okay, so this is now finished. It tells you it's exported that out. So I'm just going to go OK. Okay, so I'm going to jump into another session here. I'm going to open up this model now that I just created. So let's go to this location. There it is, Export Model Portion. There's the original model there, and here's the new one. So you can see the size difference. So if I go Open, and now you can see there's the new model. We physically slice the model exactly where that section box is. So you could just have a viewpoint set up, and it'll only export whatever is shown on screen. So now the next thing I want to show you is to be able to automate this process and do different portions of the model all at one time. So I'm going to take off the sectioning. I'm going to come in and I'm going to append in a drawing, an AutoCAD drawing. So these could be Revit masses, scope boxes, whatever. And so I'm going to bring in this, and these are just boxes here. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly change the transparency on this. Then I'm going to create myself a selection set of all of these. Let's go into Zone. I'm going to call this one Zones. Okay. Now if I select on one of these, this is what I want to break each model up as, whatever the layer says it is. So I put each of these boxes on their own layer. So it's Zone 6 Level 2, and then there's Zone 4 Level 2, and so on. So now that I've got that, I'm going to go back into my ReConstruct here. Under General Configuration, I'm going to go to ReConstruct Configuration. Same thing, I'm going to go Export Everything Except Hidden. Export Zones. Go to the Advanced tab again. I'm going to uncheck these, and then I'm going to go to the Zone Slicer tab. I'm going to check on this box that says Export NWD per cuboid zone. The key here, it's got to be a cube or rectangle. Opposite sides have to be the same. You can't do like a triangle or anything like that. So I'm going to go and grab the selection set, and I want to break it up based on the item layer. So the attribute is item. That's the name of the tab. And then the property is going to be layer. And that's all I'm going to do here. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to save it, and I'm going to close. Now I come over here to ReConstruct. I'm going to go Export Zones. I'd go and specify where I want to export these out. So if I go in here, let's go to my C drive, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go reconstruct. Now I've already exported some out in here, but all I would do is just give it a name where I want to export it. I'll call it zones, and I would go save. And what's going to happen if I hit save there, it'll take a few moments, but if I now go in and open up one of those, so let's go back in here. This is exactly what I exported out. So if I go to reconstruct, change this back to NWDs, and I'm going to go zone 1, level 1. I'm going to open it up. I'm not going to save this one. And there you can see that model. And what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and append in the next one. So zone 2, level 1. So there it is. And let's do the next one. Let's go zone 3, level 1. And as you can see there, I can keep going. But this will automatically break up your model based on all those boxes that I had specified. And I'll do just one more to show you the next level up. Zone 1, level 2. And there it's broken that up. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, we have a product called BIMflow that comes with iConstruct that you can automate this entire process. So you could say, hey, at 7 o'clock at night, I want to go through and export all of these out into their brand new NWD. Because it does take a little bit of time, depending on the size of your model, and it's a lot easier to have it doing it at nighttime, so all these models are broken up by the time you show up in the morning. This concludes this short video on ReConstruct, breaking up your model into smaller portions.